you doing, Greg? It's been a few.
I'm in a chipper mood, bro. Like I can't even explain how happy I am right now. And I just felt like from the moment that Tyler was like, "Let's go and record this thing," I was like, "Yes, I get to share that with you guys." I missed you guys. I missed you, Tyler. I haven't seen you in over 2 months. Physically, I haven't seen you in 2 months.
It's been crazy to think that we're almost in June, and I've outside of taking the dog out, I've been in this apartment pretty
I know.
much my whole entire day. It's become a weird new norm that I'm kind of scared that I'm kind of enjoying, kind of not. Like it
Yeah.
has its ups and downs. It's going to be interesting when I have to go back to work.
That being said, with all the social distancing and whatnot, we don't want to distance ourselves from you. And that's why we're back, primed up better than ever. Tyler, we got a full show today for him.
We do. And before we proceed, I just want to do a quick check-in on your movie count for the year.
I am at 25.
Nice.
For the year.
You're pretty far along. I'm proud of you. I am
My
at 70. I'm at 74.
Woo! Yeah, there's no way that you and I could ever keep up. Well, I could never keep up with you, Tyler, when it comes to watching film. But I am proud of myself because I was a little bit like apprehensive to spend the money at first, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch Scoob when it came out, as soon as it came out, hot and fresh. And then I also saw actually no, it's 26 because we watched Lovebirds together on Netflix the other night.
We did.
So 26 movies for the year so far. So I watched Scoob and I watched Trolls World Tour. Those are my newer additions. Saw them both in the same day.
Ooh.
Saw Trolls twice.
Oh, by choice?
No.
Okay.
The choice wasn't mine. So
gotcha.
Saw Trolls a total of 3 times. Once was by choice. The other 2 times was, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Kids, man, what can I say? They have you doing the craziest things, and kids themselves do the craziest things. So on our first for real story of the day, I read this up just this morning, as a matter of fact. Whoever wanted to be Spider-Man or Superman or any type of superhero? I know I did.
I thought it was a career.
Me too, right? And in these stories, these heroes, they're either born into it, but Spider-Man was one of those guys that got his superpowers. Unfortunately, a couple of fans out in Bolivia, and this story is coming from Cinema Blend, read this story this morning. 3 boys in Bolivia, ranging from the ages of 8 to 12, went out into the forest and provoked a black widow spider to bite them in order to get the superhuman powers. Now the boys are okay. The poison, the venom from a black widow spider affects the nervous system, but their mom found them, took them to the hospital, and had them okayed after a while. But I thought that this would have been something that we did way back in the day, but kids are kids. They're curious. They see something. They're like, ooh, this was possible for him. This is definitely going to be possible for me. They don't know the difference just yet. They're still learning in this world. So, a little message from For Real to you guys out there. Don't do this at home, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't anyway. I'm the first one to run away from a spider, especially a black widow spider. This would not have been me, although
right.
I think I know what they did wrong, because I actually did not try this a couple of years ago. I didn't do it like intentionally, but a couple of years ago I was bitten by a spider and decided to play the song "Radioactive" by Imagine Dragons on repeat and hope that would speed up the process. So maybe they're just missing like a key part like
Correct.
that. It didn't work. I'm not Spider-Man.
No,
but
I mean, if you were, would you tell anyone?
I mean, probably because I don't like spiders and I don't like heights, so I'd be like the most worthless Spider-Man ever.
I'd be like, pass the powers over here, bro. Oh, but no. But
but yeah,
seriously, back to
guys,
the point.
stay
Don't do
safe.
this. Yeah, like that. I mean, like, and for the parents out there, like, taking care of kids is hard enough as it is. Uh, some authentic, like, son, I know that you're enjoying this right here. This is make believe. All right, this is make believe. This is real life. You get bitten by a spider in real life, more than likely you go night night. Don't get bitten by a spider especially on purpose. Like, if a spider bites you, come tell mommy, come tell daddy. For all the kids that listen to the show, don't dump yourself in some radioactive waste to become like, don't do that kind of stuff. Like, just leave all that alone. It's not real life, right? Enjoy what it is on the show and be like, yeah, let's say dress up like Spider-Man, and embody, if for parents, if you want, tell your kids to embody the personalities or the ethics and the morals of some of these characters, not the actual powers. They don't need that. They could be superheroes in their own way.
So for our next story, a couple more movies either shifting studios or having their release pushed. The big one for me is Edgar Wright's follow-up to Baby Driver, Last Night in Soho, has now been pushed to April 2021. And another one from your favorite studio, Greg, The Green Knight, has been pushed. No release date. No word whether they're going to release it on VOD or not, but Green Knight was also pushed as well. And for the film that switched studios, one of Greg's more anticipated movies than mine, Greyhound, starring Tom Hanks, is now on Apple Plus. So I don't have that. So I'm really not going to go out of my way and see this movie. It will be missed by me until it turns up elsewhere.
Yeah. I actually thought that The Green Knight was going to be released on Netflix. It felt like a Netflix movie.
I mean, who knows? I think A24 definitely is about the theatrical. It's why they push Saint Maud as well. They're just waiting for theaters to open back up. They did the same thing with First Cow, which did come out in theaters before the pandemic, but they pulled it, and instead of releasing it online like a lot of other movies are doing, they're just going to re-release it in theaters once those open back up so that more people can see it in the theater. So A24 definitely, I don't see them going to streaming, but you never know.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Greyhound seems like a weird one to go to
straight to the stream.
Just in terms of the scope and the action, and regardless of my feelings about it, that one is kind of an interesting move. But
yeah, I mean, again, like you'll see a lot more of this back and forth debate as to whether things should go straight to VOD or not. Studios might not be strapped for cash, so like A24 might be like, you know what, we could hold out and just have like some of our other product out there to be rented and just survive on that for right now. We'll see how it goes. Everyone's talking about, in the real world, they're talking about, this pandemic being here for a long time. There are a lot of articles out there unsure about the industry of the theater business. We don't know how that's going to pan out. But if it's one thing that we could be sure about, is that these studios do have people that are under them that they've hired to do the work in terms of trying to guesstimate when things will be back up and normal and running and when they can make a profit off of this. So we'll see. Everyone's hand has been twisted so far. I was up on Box Office Mojo yesterday and was shocked at the limited amount of releases that have been out for the year. So from the moment of pandemic in March to now, Box Office Mojo has a plethora of information usually, and now it's pennies, so to speak.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And really the only thing that's going on right now are drive-ins, which I did take advantage. Yeah, went and saw Knives Out at the drive-in. Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was cool. It definitely felt like I was back at the theater, and they were taking precautions and all of that. Only a certain amount of people were allowed in the concessions area at one time. They had people 6 feet apart in line. It was a fun experience.
I was about to ask that. I was like, did you go to the concession stand?
I did.
It's all good. But speaking about the world changing and things happening, Netflix hasn't missed a beat. And this next story is kind of like to prove that. Who went out barbecuing yesterday? I'm sure a lot of people did. I saw a lot of people in the Echo Park area. I saw a lot of people down in Santa Monica having a good time on the beach. We're in phase 2, so some people are taking advantage of that. Still not flooded with the amount of people still practicing social distancing on those levels. But Netflix has not missed a beat, and neither has Spike Lee with his new joint dropping on June 12th. But the new poster came out for movie entitled The Five Bloods, starring Chadwick Boseman, dropped this Memorial Day, preceding, like I said, the June 12th release date. Netflix has been putting in work since the pandemic and even before that. Last year, if you guys remember, a lot of our episodes were about the battle between them and Disney Plus. But then also yesterday, Netflix dropped brand new trailer for The Old Guard, starring Charlize Theron. You know that, Charlize. I can't wait to see it. I saw the trailer drop and I can't wait to watch this movie, Tyler. How do you feel about this trailer dropping? And the Spike Lee joint.
I think The Five Bloods looks very interesting. I feel like they're kind of telling you what the plot is, and they're kind of not. I'll be interested to see how it plays with the past and the present. It seems like they're all kind of going to converge at one point with the older troops and the when they were serving. Spike Lee is hit or miss for me, so it'll be very interesting to see if he can maintain what he did with Black Klansman, which I liked quite a bit. For Old Guard, I think Charlize Theron is awesome. She picks really good roles. I actually just watched Atomic Blonde the other day, just solely for her action scenes and the physicality that she brings to them. So I think it'll be good. Plus, Mad Max Furiosa, she can handle herself in action scenes, and this one looks fun.